Hey guys, so this is what it looks like when you have no score available. Unscoreable. This is where, when you hear the term bad credit is better than no credit, this is what we're talking about. So, for the people that know what they're talking about in the credit industry, which sadly is very few, um, credit that has these three dashes on it means it's unscoreable, means there's no accounts open. No accounts open, no accounts closed, there's nothing. Okay. What gives you a credit score is open payment history, open accounts, or trade lines. Trade lines are credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, student loans, anything that's open on your credit report, reporting your credit payment behavior, your payment history, is a trade line. You need trade lines on your credit report before you apply to a lender. So in this case, what it means by bad credit is better than no credit. If this gentleman had a 580 credit score and he was in the military, he could still get a VA loan for a mortgage with a 580 score. That's all they require. You're going to get a higher interest rate than you would if you were a vet with a 740 credit score getting the same mortgage loan. Auto, if you have a 520 credit score, you could still go get a car. You're just going to pay 30 or 40% interest on the vehicle, right? But in this particular case, no credit, you're not getting a mortgage, you're not getting a car, you're not getting anything because you have no credit history at all. So, Experian, and in a later video, I'll show you where it says having less than five open accounts can make you look somewhat riskier. Some lenders would consider you a thin file. Or what's a better term is some lenders would deny you for having too thin of a file. So Experian wants you to have five open accounts. We have a lot of data and years of experience with at least three accounts on there. We can still get you approved for a few decent limit credit cards. And it saves you the money. If you have to buy trade lines like this gentleman did, they're pretty expensive. And buying five of them is really expensive. So if we can get away with just getting three and getting a few accounts open for you, right, with having those three on there, then we're in good shape. We've saved you some money and we got you some credit cards that then starts to build your credit profile. This is what it looks like when somebody's starting from scratch that has no credit in this country or who's had all the accounts deleted from their credit report and they're starting from scratch. Let's say they were a victim of identity theft or something and somebody destroyed their credit and they got them all cleaned up, right? Probably only went to us too because it's very hard to get that done. But if they did do that, okay, now we're going to add three trade lines. So we're going to show you what it looks like when we added three trade lines to this gentleman's report. So we go to January 10th. We added three trade lines. Now this same person has a 776 score. And he has three trade lines on there. And let's go back to the five steps that I ingrained in everybody's head if you're in our community. One, you can't have more than four new hard inquiries in the last 6 months. Two, each of your open credit cards on the credit report should be reflecting under 33% utilization. Three, you can't have too thin of a credit profile. Four, you can't have more than two new open accounts in the last 12 months. And five, one of your open accounts should be at least 10 years old or older. Okay, understanding that concept, these accounts are all under 33%. So we click on it. It's under 33% utilization. The balance updated date, if you're in my courses or in my community, you know what this is. You know what the dates are and when the balance updates to the credit bureau. Uh, Again, these cards are all below 33%. They're not brand new in the last 12 months. They have history. Look, here's one that's over 10 years old. So we address that. We address making sure that there's not too thin of a file. Experian wants you to have five, but again, we've got countless data that uh, allows us the confidence that with at least three, if we get three like this, we can get you approved for credit cards. Okay. And they don't lend you money based on authorized user limits. So the limit on an authorized user being added to your report does not matter. It's actually better if it's lower, the limit, than it is if it's higher. I would rather you have a $2,000 limit with a 20-year history on it if it's an authorized user going on your credit versus a $20,000 limit with a 2-year history. Limits don't help you as authorized users. The only important benefit of an authorized user is the history. So you want to get ones that are 10 years old or older. We can buy them from you from our third party that we use. We have a very reliable company that we use for our trade lines. Been using them for 7 years. There's a lot of scam artists online that will take your money and never post the report. You got to think about it. They might tell you it'll take a month for it to post to your report. Well, they're already long gone with your money at that point. So it's worth it to find somebody you can trust. We have a company we use regularly. If you're one of my clients, you already trust us undeniably. So you'll use our uh, trade lines. If you don't have the money to buy trade lines because they're pretty expensive, they range in price going up to the thousands based on how old they are and how high the limits are. But again, limits don't matter, yet they're charging you for that. So once you understand what's the benefit of a trade line, you don't worry about the limits. You go with the ones that have history, yet you can still find yourself like a 10-year-old trade line is going to be not as expensive as a 20-year-old trade line. But understanding that all that history piggybacks onto your report gives you the history, gives you a thicker file, and gives you balances below 33%, everything which you need in order to get approved through the software that's going to qualify your credit for a credit card in seconds. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you have some trade lines on your report. If this gentleman applied for a credit card before having these on there, he's only going to get approved for secured credit cards, $200-300 limits, $95 annual fee, ridiculously high interest rate. This is why a lot of people who started building their credit without the right knowledge have a bunch of $300, $400, $500 limit credit cards. Not what you want, because the more of those you have, the more of those you're going to get, no matter how high your score gets. You know, if you're in my classes, you understand already that credit lends to like credit. So if you got a bunch of $300 limit credit cards and your score gets to 780, you're still only going to get $300 credit cards. So it's important to understand this information. And I just wanted to share this so that you can see a case study, a before and after, somebody with no credit and what it looks like, and then what it looks like now with 3 trade lines on there. Now this person's ready for us to send him credit card links for him to apply to so he can get his own credit cards on there before these fall off. These are temporary. They're only on there for 60 days. There's another way to get trade lines, and that is if you have a friend or a family member that can add you to credit cards. You want to make sure that they're at least 10 years old or older. They have good payment history, very important. Check that first. Otherwise, when it goes onto your report, if they have a late payment, your score is going to drop. So right now, this gentleman has perfect credit in the eyes of the software, but he doesn't have a lot of credit still. So banks are going to say you don't have any credit in your name, right? That's why we're trying to get him some credit in his name. So he'll have credit cards in his name. Then he can get an auto loan as well now too. So an auto loan will appear down here under the credit card section. Next would be a mortgage that would appear. Next would be student loans or a personal loan. So, but back to adding a credit card through a friend or family member, what you want to do is have them call the bank. You do not at any point want to click the add authorized user button in the app. That's the wrong way to do it. That will guarantee you get the card. That will not guarantee that the history piggybacks to your report on all 3 credit bureaus. This is what we want. So you want to have your friend or family member, hey, my credit guy is saying that if you can add me to some credit cards, it will help me build my credit. There's no risk to you, mom or dad or friend or family member. But they won't check your credit, they won't look at my credit, they don't compare the two. There's no risk at all. And matter of fact, we can cut the card up. I don't even want the card. But what he said to do is don't click the add authorized user button, but instead call the bank. Bank of America, I would like to add my son, John Jones, to this Bank of America credit card I have. What do you need from him specifically to ensure that it reports to all three of his credit bureaus? That's the conversation you want to make sure that they have. After they tell you what they need, then ask them, how soon will it report to his credit reports to all three bureaus? How soon? That's the important conversation that must be had for you to get the benefit of those trade lines. And then it's not temporary, it's free, and it stays on there for as long as they keep you on there. But understand that when their balances increase on the credit report, their score goes down and your score goes down. If they get a late payment, their score goes down, your score goes down. If they keep the credit in good standing, then you stay in good standing. Okay? If this balance gets paid below 33%, their score bumps up, your score bumps up. So you get the benefit of what they are having as history onto your credit report, which, as you can see, gives you a good credit score bump. But this doesn't mean you're going to be able to go out and get a $100,000 vehicle or a mortgage or anything like that. You know, this just gets you a good score. You need income to support you with those other things. Okay. Uh, but also, you need to take my classes and courses and understand that credit lends to like credit. So this person doesn't have an auto loan on here. So just because they have a 776 score doesn't mean they're going to go get a $100,000 vehicle. They'll probably have to start out with a $20,000 vehicle, pay that on time, pay it off, work their way up to a 30,000, 40,000, work their way up, right? Or put a significant amount down. For example, if this person wanted a $100,000 vehicle, they'll probably finance a $20,000 loan, but he'll have to put 80 grand down. So that's just kind of an example of what it looks like when you don't have trade lines and when you do now after we've added them. So I just wanted to share that with you.